Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, uncles, aunties, grandma, grandpa, nieces, nephew, cousins, it's the world's most dangerous podcast.
Dope Dealers Podcast.
It's going down. You know what it is. It's your man Jamal Doman at Jamal Doman, JamalDoman.
Tobe Hixx at Tobe Hixx, TobeHixx.
Absolutely, man. Check us out on Instagram or Twitter at Dope Dealers Podcast, at Dope Dealers Podcast. You know, we on Twitter wilding at people, arguing with people and everything. That's not us, man. That's the people who run our Twitter page. Don't be cussing me and Toby out. That's the people who run our Twitter page. They fools over there, man. We gonna check
we
them.
might have to fight some motherfuckers. Some of the shit that's be done.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the troops, though.
Absolutely.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard, the Bloods, the Crips, and the Essays.
Episode 89, man.
Yeah, we here, man.
We 11 from 100, man. We starting to plan out. We're going to have something big for our 100th podcast. It's going to be a live podcast. We're just looking at trying to find a spot to do it at, man. So we just appreciate the listeners who've been with us since day one, man.
Yeah, man. Some motherfuckers have been rocking since episode 1. That's remarkable. That's truly appreciated.
Yeah, God is good, man. So we appreciate you, man. So we 11. What's up, Tobe Hixx? You had a good weekend?
Yeah, man. Yeah, can't complain at all.
You know, but before you go into that, dope independent music, that is Philly's own. Listen, we had to go to the hometown, man. That's Philly's own Kima Love. Kima Love, man.
Did you get that while you was in Philly?
Well, no, she started following our page, and I noticed she did music, and I said, hey, send us something, and that's Mean Walk. Mean Walk. She's repping Philly. Check her out on Instagram, Kima Love. That's KIMAH Love, LOVE. Kima Love, check out, man. The dope independent music, you know how we do, man. You send us independent music and we will play it. That's how we do. We open and close the show. That's how easy is that? Just send us music. We'll play it and shout you out, man. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to cut you off, Toby. And just real quick, we got a special show, man. We got one of the rising, hottest young comics in the game. It's gonna be our guest. We're gonna bring him in just a little while, man. But this is special. It's like my little brother, man. This is a special show. We got big brothers in the house. This is one of them episodes, man. We're gonna have a good time, man.
Folks here.
Yeah, but the folks are in the house, man. But so we're gonna bring them in. But real quick, Toby, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was good, man. Shit, I got hella high. And,
no shows?
No, I had a weekend off. It was cool.
Shit, that's cool.
Hung out with the kids, hung out with my son on Saturday, my daughter on Sunday. So, yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up. I had an eventful. Did I say that right? Eventful? I said eventful.
Yeah, you got that right. You're going to fuck up something later on, but you got that right.
Eventful weekend, man. I went back home to my hometown, man, and I celebrated my 20 years in L.A. with a dope show at the Punchline, and Sunday we turned it out, man. It was incredible, man. The fam came out, the whole city came out, man.
That's a true blessing.
It was definitely a blessing. Shout out to everybody who came out and supported me, my whole family, man. Just every Real Black website, Nakia Dillard, Vance Wright, a lot of comics, Javon Pearson, my OG. I got some. I'm gonna play later on. I'm gonna play a little clip from him talking his shit. Who else came out? Rochelle Bilal, the new sheriff of Philadelphia.
Shit, the sheriff came?
The sheriff came out.
Yeah, leave it up to you. I know you always get some police to come down. This nigga.
Philly on the rise. Yeah, Philly on the rise.
The sheriff came. Not just the officer.
Danny Palmel's Comcast sports cat. I grew up with him, and I've seen cats I haven't seen in years. Hunting Park HP, my neighborhood, man. A lot of them came out and rep, man. It was good seeing some of them cats. A lot of them, I didn't even know. One of my homies I grew up with, he a lawyer now. I had no idea. He's a successful lawyer. Yeah, a lot of them doing good. One of my homies, he's 30 years parole officer. He about to retire, man.
First the sheriff, now a parole officer. Hey, them niggas will not be at my show. I tell you that. They will not be there.
So it was just incredible.
That's good, man. I'm glad your folks is policing everything.
Shout out to our sponsor, Beyond Jury, who sponsored the Bilal, and shout out to Charlie Mack, my big brother, who promoted the show. And
damn, wasn't no FBI agent there,
man.
That's all you missing, motherfucker. The sheriff.
You know, Toby don't mess with the police. But now the show was dope. We had a young female comic, new rising comic comic out of Philly. Her name is Chanel Renee. She came and killed it, did her thing. And then my little brother, who's actually our special guest today, man, he was our MC. I didn't even tell him he was on the show. I didn't even ask him. I just put him on the flyer and told him, listen, you on the show. That's how big brothers do. You hosting the show. So he's actually in studio. He's our special guest. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you was about to. I was going to say, I was glad to see that it went well because, man, a lot of times when comedians, no matter where you from, I thought it was just me at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how hard it is to get people from your hometown
to
to come
out
to your shows?
yeah.
I've done probably 15 shows back home in Omaha, and shit, I probably had 2 good turnouts.
Yeah, Philly.
And so that was good that they came out and supported, because, man.
Well, I knew at least if my family, if it's just them, it's 60 people. I figured, you know what I mean? I ain't going to do worse than 60 people. Now, if I can just get more, I figured that. Because the family always come out, man, and they bought tickets, man. And so it was cool, man. And our guest hosted it and killed it as usual, as I knew he was going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania has birthed some legends in the comedy game. I mean, we talking Bill Cosby, we talking David Brenner, we talking about George Wallace, and of course, Ralph Harris, Louis Dix. And of course, a lot of people know the new generation, and shout out to Javon Pearson also, the new generation, Michael Blackson, Teray, Charles Walden, and of course, Jamal Doman. Got to add me. Now, following in them foots, of course, Kevin Hart, obviously Kevin Hart. Following in the footsteps, man, is our guest today, man. It's representing North Philly, because North Philly is where the place where the legends are made. Bernard Hopkins, Jill Scott, Tobe. You don't know North Philly is with Joe Frazier. Man. That's where the legends come from, man.
Just you mentioning Jill Scott got my dick hard. I still picture that video when she was talking about that shit. Woo.
Yo. Boys the Men, Will Smith. Bill Cosby. Yes, Bill Cosby. A big brother here helping me out. Bill Cosby, yes, North Philly. Richard Allen's own Bill Cosby, from the same projects as me. Now,
it's funny, man. I thought about him the other day. I said, man, one thing white folks just let him out of jail.
Man,
this is some bullshit, man. Like, for real, like, all on the real. Like, they should let him out of jail. This is really some bullshit.
We're going to get into that, man. Let me finish this. This is probably the longest introduction this nigga's ever had, man. Doing this thing, man, my brother Charlie Mack, 215 affiliated, is vouching for him, managing him. November 23rd, he's filming his 1-hour comedy special at the Temple Performing Arts Center. It's called I'm So Stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, Dope Dealer Podcast welcomes Skeet Carter in the house.
Hey.
What's up, man?
What's good?
Israel Skeet Carter.
Damn, man.
I'm looking at your Instagram page. Skeet Carter, what's up, man?
What's up, Jamal?
Hey, man, we here, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Welcome to the Dope Dealer
Podcast. I'm here, man. They rung the dinner bell. Okay. Time for supper.
Yeah, Jamal got the bell.
I see.
What's up, man?
I'm here, man. Yeah, let's get back to you ain't tell me I was on the show.
Man.
What's that about? Man, and you lucky we bang with each other because I'm going through something, with the punchline, and you basically put me back in there.
I had no idea.
I know you didn't care about anybody but yourself on that one. That
was either you or Home Alone was the host.
Well, you could have did Home Alone. I still would have came, but it was just it was the energy was. I was there for you.
Man. Well, listen, I appreciate that, man. Shake my hand, man.
No problem, man. Thank you. Thanks for.
And you killed it. You killed it.
We don't have fun regardless. So we definitely had a good time. It was a dope turnout.
Yeah.
Great show.
It was
everybody
good.
Was talking about it.
It was all love, man. I'm still getting hit. But that's the past. We want to talk about you, your career, what you got going on.
Okay.
And let's take it from the top. Let's take it from the beginning. We always like to go from the genesis of it, man. Where Skeet come from? Is that like a family nickname or what? Where Skeet come from?
I'm laughing at you.
I know a lot of shiz. Shiz is
this nigga's using big words.
I'm using big words.
Start from the Genesis, from the Bible. Okay.
Right,
brother.
That nigga named a car. Nigga using all type of shit now.
I was raised, all black people had nicknames. Yeah. That's just where we came from.
How did Skeet?
My great grandma, they named me Skeeter.
Okay.
I was Skeeter all my life, I figured once I got a certain age, I take the ER off and just, call myself Skeet. You know, it just seemed like it was an older name for me. But yeah, and then the songs came out, the All Skeet Skeet and all that.
Yeah.
I never looked at the names like it was, something. Like it was always my name. So I didn't create it and name myself that. It was something we was born with. And then like I think all my name had bad nicknames. Like we had a dog named Chronic, and then I didn't realize that was drugs until I went up to school one day to pick up my little sister, and I was like, "Yo, anybody seen Chronic?" Because we was looking for the dog.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
They thought we was looking for drugs or something like that.
Oh shit!
Young, so they everybody, the security guards came around to the house and.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had Chronic in the family. I didn't think it was nothing, nothing crazy about that. But yeah, nicknames, man. So Skeeter, that was me. That was Skeet.
So what part of you from North Philly? What part of North Philly? You
I'm from 22nd Diamond, Crossky Street between Burks and Ours.
Yeah. Tobe, he from where it's real at. Yeah, it's
Okay,
somebody getting stabbed right now, right at 22nd and Diamond, right now.
That nigga said right now.
It's
Right
crazy, right? Because look, I'm from, and it's crazy. It's a gift and a curse because I was from Crossky Street, Crookland, as you would call it. And my mom, she put me in a choir. I used to sing in a choir, right? So I'm walking from choir rehearsal one day. I got some shoes. Like, I look real corny. I got shoes on. I got the little, the pants from the choir joint. And I'm walking down Lehigh Avenue, right? And there's a group of dudes. They walking on the same side as me. So, it's time for me to get smart now. I think I need to cross the street. That's what I'm saying to myself. I'm like, let me walk across the street. So I'm about to walk across. They start walking across. So I came back over. I said, you know what? I'm going to just take this ass whooping like a G. I'm just going to walk straight through. Walk through the crowd. And they like, you from Crossky Street? They like, yeah, he from Crossky Street. So my church just went out. I'm like, yeah, nigga, Crossky Street in the building, like this, that, and the third. So then I realized that I'm really from somewhere where it just saved me from getting my ass kicked, from being from a certain part of the city.
Yo.
So, that was crazy. Crossky Street saved my life. I was gonna get fucked up. They probably gonna take my shoes and everything.
Red Rag normally get that save you too.
Red Rag.
Toby's a blood.
In most cases,
Toby's a blood.
Yeah, the church, the street saved me. Because them church shoes gonna get me fucked up, literally.
Now we're gonna come back to you singing. I'm gonna try to see if my big brother Charlie will send me that video. We gonna that's later on, man. I want to play something. Toby.
Video you sing.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna get back.
Not even that. I just want to talk about you recording stuff. Why would you put my whole set on the internet for your show?
What? Oh, I didn't put that one. Your whole set.
It was. You put like 4 jokes up there. It kept going and kept going and kept going. Why would you do that, Jamal?
What? Hold up.
Who does that? You a comedian.
You talking about to promote the show?
Yeah. Why would you post my whole? I didn't even realize.
I just did 1 minute.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was 1 minute.
It was in a story. The story just kept going.
Oh, it might have been. Oh,
yeah. So it was 4 minutes.
Oh, I didn't even. Okay. I'm just finding. I'm old school. I'm still finding out how to.
He's supposed to be celebrating his 20 years. He didn't show 20 years of my material.
That's fun.
I'm like, who does that?
I didn't know the story showed. I just thought they showed like a clip of it, like a little 10-second clip of it. But I knew I had the 1 minute clip. I wanted to promote who was on the show. I told Chanel Renee to send me.
Promoting you, promoting me.
Well, we're gonna get to the singing. We're gonna get to the singing. So, all right, Skeet Carter from 22nd and Diamond.
What's up?
How did you get into stand-up comedy? How did that come all about?
I didn't know I wanted to do comedy. I didn't know I was going to be in comedy. None of this stuff until 8 years ago. My girl got pregnant, and she was like, it wasn't part of the plan. I just thought
it never is.
Never is.
Yeah, so I just thought it was a good time to hit the road and start doing comedy. You know what I mean?
Hold up, man.
It's
like when she got pregnant, right? I had to make a decision in my life.
Yeah.
I said I was cutting hair at the time. So it was like, yo, do I either continue to cut hair? It was nice money for me, but it wasn't enough money for me and family. So it was like either go get a job or pursue something that people keep saying I should. So as a barber, everybody used to come to the shop just to chill with me. Like, yo, this nigga's stupid. All he do is tell jokes and yada, yada, yada. People like, yo, you should do comedy. Then I came from a shop where Kevin Hart used to be in because I used to cut with 40, which is Kevin Hart's brother.
His older brother, yeah.
So everybody kept saying, yo, it's like, this is just Kev all over again. I used to get the comparison, yo, he just like Kev. Like, and they kept saying it. This is around the time when Kev just started. I think he just did All-Star, Shaq All-Stars. So I'm like, all right, well, shit, if y'all keep saying this, I'm about to have a baby on the way. I need to take take serious steps, you think, what do I need to do to try this comedy thing
Right.
out? So I kind of, as I used to throw parties, right?
Yeah.
I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna promote a comedy show for myself.
Right.
I'm gonna take these the rest of these months to write, so I can come up with some material, and I'm gonna do my own show. So I promoted my own show.
You didn't go to no class or nothing? You didn't talk to no comic? You just, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just took. I was in a barbershop. That was class.
That
right
was
there.
class.
Yeah.
That is
It was a bunch
kind
it was
of.
just
Yeah, a lot of
joke.
people don't think of that. That is kind of like your first
It was
stage.
stories,
the
man.
barbershop.
It was all about funny
Yeah,
stories.
busting on people. That's you dealing with hecklers.
Yeah.
That's how you learn
Yeah,
with
and
the
that's what you
barbershop.
did. So I did that. That's how I started. And then I booked Daryl Schuler's club, 8th Street Lounge.
Okay.
I rented that joint out because we used to throw parties there, right?
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I said, can we put some tables in here, use the stage? He was like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Since y'all be selling out these parties. I said, all right, I'm going to do this comedy show. I booked the comedy show, never did an open mic.
Who you book on it?
I booked. I went. Buck Wild was on comedy shows,
Okay.
right? Because I'm like, you know what? I want to. Because I saw Buck a couple of times. I'm like, yo,
Shout out to Buck Wild,
like, I
Philly
could do this.
legend.
Yeah, Buck was up there having fun. Like,
Yeah.
it just was fun. I'm like, yo, I could do this shit right here, right? I said, so all right, I was at the shows. I seen a guy, Malcolm Hill, perform.
Malcolm Hill. Shout out to Malcolm Hill.
I saw Pretty Smiles. I met him
Yeah,
before. I didn't even meet him on stage. I was cutting hair, and somebody said, yo, he do comedy. I'm like, he do comedy? I just looked at his appearance and I'm like, well, if he do comedy, I could do comedy too. I
That's
booked him.
funny.
I booked Lawrence Killebrew. And then I had Sugar Bear host my show.
Oh, rest in peace, Sugar Bear, man. Yeah.
So I headlined that show. My first show, I headlined that show.
You had all of them on there and you headlined.
Yeah,
You ain't
first
host?
show?
I was thinking you
No,
were host.
I headlined. That was my first time ever performing.
Yo, so how'd it go?
It was very, very good. I did 35 minutes my first
Shit.
show.
You just-
Material, yeah. Like if ask anybody, they'd be like, they was like, yo, who is this nigga? He disrespectful. Like, first of all, my name was Skeet with the Clippers. Who is this nigga? Skeet with the Clippers. He's a barber. He did a comedy show. He headlined over everybody.
Yeah.
They was like, well, how was it? They was like, the nigga actually was funny though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so. From there, I had like this crazy buzz, and but what I learned from that show and how I knew I wanted to do comedy, I had this joke. Well, it wasn't even a joke. It was me and this guy that comes to the barbershop. His name Gotti. Gotti real short, and we used to always bust on each other. Like when I see him, he see me, we'll say some fly shit, and just you try to hurt somebody's feelings. So I come out on stage and I see him standing there, and I'm like, well, he's sitting down. I'm like, yo, man, all my family and my people here. Shout out to Gotti in the building. So Gotti, he stood up, but he's so short, it looked like he still was sitting down. I'm like, what's up, Gotti? So I shook his hands like, man, I love you, man. I said, remember one time, man, I thought almost lost Gotti, man. He was in a car accident. I said he almost died. They shipped him all the way. They flew him. The helicopter flew him to the hospital. They called me like, yo, Gotti in the hospital. So I drive him, running red lights, everything. I get to the hospital. I'm like, excuse me, miss. I said, man, to see my friend. They was like, who was his name? I was like, Gotti. He was like, oh, Gotti? Oh, they sent him to Children's Hospital, right? Nigga, the whole
funny.
crowd started
Right.
going crazy. And the response that I got was like, nigga, I could do this for the rest of my life.
You-
and that's when I fell in love with
That's
it.
when
Right
you
then
fell-
and there.
like
that
that-
one time.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
got the response. I was like, yo, like this is really crazy. So I took it serious. After that, started trying
That's
to,
funny.
So what was the Philly scene? Because what year is this we talking?
I started in 2011.
2000. Okay, so
This the Laugh House just I wasn't even around for the Laugh House.
So
I
you
probably
missed
did-
the Laugh House?
Yeah, I did like one show there or something like that before. Like,
because
maybe once or twice.
they did close down.
Yeah, they closed
was
down.
Helium showing you love, or they was?
I never went to none of it. I was doing. I started with my own show at Daryl Schuler. At that spot, the buzz was getting big, and it was like, yo, this boy's selling tickets. And then someone introduced me to Mikey O. They used to do hibachi on Delaware Avenue.
Right.
So then I
Yeah.
partnered
Shout out
with
to
him.
Mikey O. That's right, because you was hosting.
I partnered with him. That was me and his joint. That was my. I always wanted to be a boss. Like I ain't never want to. Like that's why I never.
I met you when I started coming in.
Right, so I did that joint. We was splitting it down the middle. We was renting the spot, renting the chairs, booking the comedians. I built my relationships with all the comedians because we was booking them. You know what I'm saying? So I started early in the game with like learning who people was because I didn't know anything about comedy. I didn't know any comedians. I was
Right.
like, all right, who is this? Like
Yeah.
from Capone. I didn't know who
You
he
ain't
was.
know who-
I didn't know nobody. I was just learning them. Like I
Yeah.
still don't know. Like I'm just learning who people was. So
Right.
with that blessing, working with Mikey O. He introduced me to Michael Blackson, and early in my career, I started touring with Michael Blackson.
Shout out to Mike.
And I had no experience with comedy or nothing. I just was a raw, young, funny guy. You know what I'm saying? So,
How was the Philly comics? Because it's always politics. It was politics when I was in Philly. How did the Philly comics receive you? Was it love or was it?
well, nobody. I mean, the people that was hot. Buck Wild was hot. People kept reaching out. Yo, Buck, man, you gotta get with this boy Ski. Funny as shit. He was like, man, he a barber, man. Nigga ain't funny. That's what he used to say. To Ray was like, man, you ain't funny. You need to take my comedy class.
So Ray always trying to get somebody to take his comedy class.
Right, and then the young boys was like, they ain't fuck with me. They said, well, he ain't putting his work in. He ain't doing no open mics. We don't ever see him. So
Mm-hmm.
I was by myself. I was a loner like the whole
Yeah.
time. But it just it made me stronger. And I just didn't never lean on nobody. I just was doing my own thing. And so it's had me in a space where you might not have liked me, but you had to fuck with me because I had the hottest show in the city. Hibachi, we was bringing all the big headliners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't the comedy club. Laugh House pretty much closed
done,
down.
yeah.
So it was only you had to come to me now.
Yeah.
So it was like, yo, Skeet, can I get a guest spot?
Yeah.
But y'all don't fuck with me though. But
Yeah.
so it was like, nigga, I had a relationship where it's like, y'all really don't fuck with me, but I know that. But at the same time, you got to be around me because I'm what's hot.
Right.
So that's how that happened. That was early on.
What is your writing process like? Like, how do you actually write jokes or just I don't write jokes, but I know comedians who do. How do you come up with material?
I write ideas. We might be talking. I might write an idea. Yo, that was funny. But then I'll write the joke on stage. Like I only could like create on stage.
Oh, okay. So you don't actually write.
I just have ideas. I have like a word, like something that would, something that we may have said. Like that was funny, and I'll put a description of it down. But then I get on stage to work it out to come up with the material. I can't write down, hey, how y'all doing tonight? Y'all good? Okay, cool. Like, and then trying to, I just
I can't do that. I don't know. I know comics who do that. I don't understand.
I can't be a script like because I like to enjoy comedy myself. I enjoy myself. So when I perform, I'm like, oh shit, like yo, that was funny. Or you know, like anybody, I'll be like, write that down because that was good. Like I create something on stage. So I mean, it's dope, and that's the good thing about hosting. I've been hosting since I started.
Yeah, you're an excellent host, and that's not something that I know comics have been in the game since 20, 25 years, and hosting is a different technique.
That's a whole different
thing.
Thing.
Like I remember one time, I love Scruncho to death, one of the funniest comics, but I remember they had him hosting at the J Spot, and Scruncho's not a host. He's talented, funny, but hosting is just a little different.
Yeah.
Hosting is really
it's timing, it's bringing people up at the right.
Yeah, it's not about you all the time. It's more about the audience and making sure the show
Sometimes
rolls.
you got to take it to the face.
And a lot of comics don't know that.
And there's a difference, see, in the black rooms, the host is the most important person on the show. In the white rooms, the host is the least important person on the show. Yeah. And a lot of people didn't even know that shit.
You had to do that. I mean, I was blessed to tour with Coco Brown.
Yeah.
She's very strong.
Yeah, Coco is.
And
one of the coldest in the game, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to set the room up right. So you know that, all right, shit, this is a tough crowd, but I still got to get them ready for her.
Right.
So you got to go in there and, you
have to put your ego away as a host.
And you got to do what you got to do. And that's the thing. We are worst critics. I'm fun. I know I'm funny. I'm good. So if I know the energy ain't right or I'm like, yo, this shit going to be a tough night, I'm still going to get through it, but I got to do that to set it up for her. You know what I'm saying? They got to put them in a laughing environment. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I learned that early. I'm real creative. I love hosting, man.
Were you a fan of comedy? Were you had idols? Did you grow up watching anybody? Was you a fan of anybody?
Only thing I know about comedy is growing up when Comic View used to be on, and they used to send us upstairs, the kids. Like, yo, y'all can't watch this. And
so you never seen me? You never seen me my 3 times on Comic View?
No, never seen you on there. So
you like that, Charlie? You like how I slipped that in there?
It was the fact that we had to go upstairs, right? And when we went upstairs, everybody just started laughing.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everybody laughing so much? And I used to sneak down at the top of the step and see them watching the Comic View.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit, somebody. So I used to think they was like superheroes. I'm like, who is these niggas on the TV? Got all these mean ass people laughing in his living room. You know what I'm saying? My aunts, everybody laughing. I'm like, oh, that's dope. So I remember that, but it never wasn't nothing that be like, yo, I want to do that. Like, I didn't know. I never knew. And I grew up with a family that, like, my mom used to always like make me tell her reenact stories. So, like, I had a drunk uncle, and my grandfather, he was an alcoholic. And
they was getting a set out of you, and you didn't even know it.
And then I used to get in trouble if I ain't tell it right the
Hilarious.
way the way it happened. No, he ain't do it that way. He did this, and you had to do it that way, and all that stuff. So I guess it's comedy been in the family for a while.
I know they proud to see what you're doing now. Then, since they instill that shit in you.
Right. It's dope. It's very dope. It's dope to be a part of. To see people proud of you for what you're doing. To me, I'm just living and just doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing. I love it. I enjoy it. It is a lot of work. People see it. It's like nonstop. Like we don't stop like at all. And my mom's very proud. My father is, and I'm just trying, make them proud. That's all.
What I like about you is you one of the, I keep it real with my Philly comics. You're one of the Philly comics who got out the city, who leaves the city. Like I tell cats, you have to leave the city, and we know some names who won't leave the city.
Right.
But see,
you have to leave. I know what it is. They comfortable. They scared. Your
But you
jokes
gotta
have
realize,
to travel.
But you got to realize it ain't even just comedy. People don't leave the city in real life. Most
that's
people
true,
are
too.
born and die in a 5-mile radius. I got niggas back in Nebraska who standing in the same spot as when I left.
Oh shit.
You know, so so definitely motherfuckers do it with comedy. They afraid to leave. Motherfuckers is afraid to leave in real life.
I think niggas are afraid to leave their comfort zone too. They comfortable where they at. They come.
Yeah, they go. They can stop
they
by
don't-
mamas and get a meal. They can go over their aunties. They can walk in and sit down and do those types of things. Shit, we ain't got nowhere to go.
Well, I'm talking about more from a stand-up point of view.
Yeah.
Like I always tell cats, some clubs I can go. Is that somebody out talking outside? I can hear some.
Niggas dope to the podcast. What you worried about them?
Sometimes I can go to a comedy club, Skeet, and Toby, and before I walk in, I can tell you who's in here. I can tell you what comics are in here because this is the only club they go to. They don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. I like you and somebody. I remember somebody put on Facebook. I guess a comic had put up his schedule, but the schedule was all in the city, and somebody had put up like, motherfucker, that's all in. Like, how you putting up a schedule? You ain't even leaving the city.
That's funny.
They be saying my tour dates, and it's all in the same city. That's not a tour.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it. Yeah, they was like, oh, I'm on tour. So you leaving the city? And you traveling? How is that? Going around with Coco Brown, Michael Blackson.
I was before after Mike Blackson. After we stopped doing that tour, I became a feature whore. I was featuring for everybody. Who? T.K. Kirkland.
Oh wow.
Brandon T. Jackson.
Oh, shout out to Brandon.
Tony Roberts. Tony Rock.
Yeah.
It was like everybody. Jay Farrow.
Yeah.
It was dope.
How'd you hook up with that? You just met him and just was like, hey, let me.
I met with people in the beginning with Hibachi.
Okay.
And I also, when I got in with Punchline,
Okay.
my whole goal was to, every year I had a goal. One of my goals was to get into Punchline. Cause I was the youngest person with a Live Nation contract working with them.
Okay.
First person to bring the urban people to that comedy club. People who did not know that Punchline was there. They'll advertise to their people, Live Nation or whatever. There's a lot of the white folks there. When I got there and I put them 2 years in, we brought everybody out. Built my relationships with with that comedy club, and then after that, I wanted to. My next goal was to perform at every comedy club in the country. I wanted to perform at every club. So I said, all right, the only way I could do this is if I start reaching out to different comedians, and I pick with cities, look at the schedule and find out, okay, when they're going to be here, this, that, and the third. So that worked out pretty good for me. I was doing good. I was hitting all the clubs.
That's smart. That's smart. A lot of comics don't even think like that.
Right, because what my thing was, if I can get into all the clubs before I blow, or before an opportunity comes where I get in there for the first time, I'll be able to say I've been here before. I have a fan base here. So I don't want the deal that you would have gave me for this is my first time at the club. We don't know if you, how you would work here, this, that, and the third. No, I've been here. My name is in the books and I already had a paycheck from y'all. So I want this deal. You know what I mean? So it was more so
Makes
like
sense,
that.
yeah.
So I met all the managers and everything like that. And then I looked up to one day I worked with Coco Brown in Baltimore Comedy Factory. It's funny.
Shout out to Alabama.
Yeah, Bama. We met there, and she was like, "Hey, Skeet, I was trying to get in contact with you." I'm like, "For what?" She was like, "I wanted to give you a date." I'm like, "For real?" Like, she was like, I'm usually asking to get the date. She asked me. She was saying she was trying to give me a date. I'm like, "All right, cool." So she was like, we'll do a show. We did it in Connecticut. We did a show at the Hartford Funny Bone. Fucking ripped. I was there not just as a comedian, but supporting her with selling merch, taking photos, killed it, just assist her the way a gentleman's supposed to assist a woman. And I was fucking hilarious. And she was like, "Yo, clear your schedule for the rest of the year. I'm gonna take you on tour with me." So that was a blessing.
That's a blessing. Shout out to Coco Brown.
Yeah,
That's our girl right there.
We did that for I toured with her for 2 years. I hit every comedy club in the country which I wanted to do. I probably didn't do like 2 of them because I had to go out the country and do some stuff on different islands and stuff like that. So yeah, all that was dope. You know?
I want to play. This is a little clip from the OG Javon Pearson of Philly. Showing you love, listen, Javon Pearson, he listens to us. It wouldn't be no Kevin Hart, it wouldn't be no Michael Blackson, it wouldn't be no Jamal Doman, it wouldn't be no Teray without Javon Pearson. So that's real talk, and he showed you love. So I want to play a little.
Funny, he's Javon 5.0. So please come on out. Exactly, because I'm a funny motherfucker. This dude right here is one of the funniest. I came up under the king of Philly, Will Smith. I came up under him. This guy, I told you.
Shout out to Javon Pearson, man. That's love, and Javon got to, he got to, because you're Javon Pearson times what do you say times five? That's our man right there, man.
JV.
So we brought you up on stage because you got
Javon Pearson did. I had a birthday show I did at a comedy club. My dad was in the front row. Javon came, was like, "Yo, Skeet, let me get on, let me perform." I'm like, "Cool, I'll let you perform." Sold out. This shit was crazy, standing room only. I let him get on stage. He does his jokes, and then he does this gay joke, right?
Yeah.
He gets on stage and kisses my dad on the head, or licks my dad. Some weird shit like that. My dad was like, "What the fuck?"
Shout out to Javon, man. That's listen. It wouldn't.
Shit.
He didn't know it was my dad. He just thought it was a random head. It was my dad.
So yeah, they
all the people. That's funny as fuck.
showed you love. November 23rd, Temple Performing Arts Center. You got something going on, man. Tell us what you got going on.
I'm filming my first stand-up comedy special. This is kind of dope for me because as comics, as we season, we have material that was hilarious or was really good, and we grow out of it, and we no longer say it or tell those jokes. And then when you do clubs and stuff, they're like, "Yo, man, I wanted you to do the joke with this, that, and the third," and you're like, "Man, that's old," but it's old to you, but it's new to other people. So
that's true.
if everyone started off as the top dog, all of your material would be on specials. So you keep losing all of your material and you don't use it anymore.
That is true.
And now I have a chance to package Skeet Carter that everyone fell in love with and be able to show it to the world and not just a comedy club, So, we coming together. Got Charlie Mack in my corner. And we started with 8th Street Lounge, where I told you it was like maybe 200 people.
Right.
I went to Punchline that went up to about 350 to 400 people. And now we're in 2019. We're going to 1,200 seats. And we're going to film this bad boy and package it up and see what God takes us with it. We're going to go crazy on this. I'm excited, very excited.
How did you link up with the big brother of Philly, Charlie Mack? How did you link up with Charlie?
I met Charlie, how many years ago was it? When I was at Hibachi, I met Charlie.
Okay.
So I met Charlie Mack through Mikey O. So I met Michael Blackson through Mikey O. I met
shout out to Mikey O.
Charlie Mack through Mikey O and a few other people. So I was on stage one day, and I see, when Charlie walk in, it's just a big black. It's big. It's big.
His presence,
His presence. You just
you see him walking in.
So when I seen him, I'm like, that's Charlie Mack. Everybody be talking about. So when I got excited, I start performing hard as shit. I'm up there, like I'm doing my stuff.
Shit,
you know what I mean? My best shit. So when I get off stage, I remember getting off the stage and walking, towards him. It was like, yeah, man, you seen that? Skeet Carter, I'm funny. Da da da. He's like, okay. He gave me his number. I don't know if it was the real number or not. I can't remember right now, but
that's
he
funny.
Gave me the number. We linked up after some time. He wanted to know if I was serious. Like, you serious about this? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So we talked on and off, and then I think I reached out and was like, hey, I'm ready. He was like, you sure? Okay, well, I'm gonna make some calls. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he called. He made some calls. Keith Robinson.
Yes.
New York.
Yeah.
One of the guys that put Kevin Hart.
Sure.
On
OG out of my mentor. Out of Philly.
You don't make this call for anybody. That's not a call you make for everybody. So, since Charlie was there, he felt the energy in the room. He's okay, you think you funny? Okay, let's see. I think he believed in me, some. That's the reason why he made that call. And then we went up to New York. Remind you, I was doing all black rooms, all urban rooms, you know what I mean?
I think Charlie told me this story, too.
Yeah, we went up to New York, man. Keith Robinson took us to Stand Up Live or Stand Up New York.
Okay. From the mainstream rooms.
Yeah, man. It was no music, no nothing. And it was a lot of pressure because when we went up there, it was like, hey, when we get to New York, you got to go by your name. I'm like, my name? He's like, yeah, you got to go by Israel or something. I said, Israel, what's your last name? I was like, I told him my last name, Odrick. It was like, yeah, we could do that. I said, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So Charlie, you can start getting creative. Okay, how about we do Izzy O? How about we do Izzy?
That's
Izzy,
I wonder why
funny
they,
as
yeah, I
fuck.
wonder why they
Izzy,
make you.
Izzy O.
Well,
I'm
because because in the mainstream rooms,
they want to.
it's only a few people would like say nicknames that they just accept. You've noticed that over the years.
Like I didn't create my name. Skeet
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my name. Like
Yeah.
so it was like that's me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it was like,
But
so
it
they
sounded like a nickname to them. White folks think that
Right.
he's just coming with a nickname.
So him, Keith Robinson, everybody like, yo, we find a name, this, that, and the third. So this is actually how I got the name now. So it just used to be Comedian Skeet.
Right.
Forget about that. Let's go back before we get into this. Bob Sumner. I met Bob Sumner when I was touring with Michael Blackson. We did comedy on the Harbor. Red Grant used to
I
host
remember
it.
that Red Grant Room down in D.C. Yeah.
And Mike Blackson was like, yo, this is the next guy right here. This is talking about me. It's the next guy from Philly, funny as hell, next Kevin Hart, whatever. That's what he said. He's like, man, everybody's saying the next Kevin, this, that, and the third. What's his name? I said, my name. He's like, I'm going to bring you on stage with your name. I said, Skeet with the Clippers. He said, huh? I said, Skeet with the Clippers. He said, what are you talking about? I said, that's my name, Skeet with the Clippers. He said, what does that mean? I said, I'm a barber, and my name's Skeet. And he said, you going to cut hair on stage? I'm like, no.
That's
He
funny.
said, so we going to call you, you just going to be Skeet, Comedian Skeet, or whatever like that. So that's when I started going with Comedian Skeet.
Okay.
Then I got with Charlie. Charlie was like, we got to use your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to use Israel, however you want to do it, Izzy O. I ain't feeling this shit, though. I'm like, man, nobody, no, I don't want to, do that.
Yeah.
So we get up there. I said, I'm going to use Skeet, but I got to find a last name now. So that's when we were driving. So it took me 2 hours. We looking at billboards, looking at signs, we looking at everything. We was just picking names. Like we riding, we seeing exits. We like, nah, Montgomery, no, I don't want that. Like
That's too long,
whatever it was.
yeah.
So we got with Carter. I think I got with Carter from I seen a Lil Wayne billboard or
That's
something with
funny. Carter,
Jay-Z.
yeah.
I said, that's 2 Carters right there. And then it flowed. It
Yeah.
was like Skeet Carter. I was
does,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, yo, I got a last name now. Like, so I created that last name going on with that ride to New York with Charlie Mack. We get up there, we go to this comedy club. I always tell people my mom raised me with manners, man. When I talk to white people, you gotta you talk professional. You use your interview voice. You never know what these white people got to offer you.
That's true.
That's how it was. So, I'm ready. They bring me up on stage. Give it up for Israel. I don't know what it was. Give it up for Izzy O.
Was Keith Robinson hosting or?
No.
Oh, it was somebody else. Okay.
It was there. So we go. This is the first spot we go to. I get up there, man. Get the mic. Motherfucker, interview voice came out. I'm like, well, hello guys, how are you? Hey guys, how are you tonight? Right? And Charlie,
They don't want to hear that.
Charlie in the back, like he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. This is how I talk to white people. Yo, this shit was crazy, yo. I couldn't get out of it. Like I got a joke. I'm like, oh, my ladies with the big titties, right? Or some shit like that. I'm like, so I said, you guys love breasts? You guys like breasts in here? Like, who likes breasts? Even the white people was like, nigga, we like boobs, nigga, or titties.
Titties, yeah, they don't want to hear that shit.
Nigga, it was crazy. It was so.
How long was you
I
up
had
on
2
stage?
cameras. I stayed up there until they told me to get off.
Oh,
I just was like, it was
like,
I was gonna get this interview.
Yeah.
I was gonna get this job.
Hey, but the funny part is that when you don't do well in front of white people, they won't even tell you. They'll be like, after the show, they'll be
shake
like,
your hand
hey,
and
don't
everything.
worry. Oh,
Yes.
you're going to really kill him next time.
Now, man, Charlie, too, when I got on stage, he said, man, just act like this ain't never happened, man. We just gonna, we drove back
That's
to Philly. It was
funny.
the quietest drive.
That was it. That was just one show that night. That's it.
No, I think we did 2.
Oh, you did too. Okay.
We did a theater. We did a.
Oh, both of them was.
Well, the second one was better.
Yeah,
it was
second,
better
okay.
because it was like a
Oh,
movie
Charlie,
theater.
Charlie, how was the second one?
It was better than the first. The first one was horrible.
It was better than okay. So the first one was like a 1, so the second one was like a 5. So it.
No, it just was. You got to remember, it was early. When you think you're ready,
Yeah.
you're not.
No, I
I'm
know.
glad
Yeah.
that time, passed,
Yeah.
and I was able to get,
Yeah, that's all. Listen, we all have nights like that. I
Yeah,
mean, so
yeah.
it's just you low. You actually those are nights to
But
make
see,
you
that's
stronger.
that's the good thing. That's why, like, I always made sure I stayed in front of all different types of audiences. Some nights white, some nights black, some nights Latino. That way, you never had that problem. Some nights clean comedy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've seen famous black comedians, famous, like people with a lot of bread, like who come to me like, man, how you do them white rooms like this and that, and they be dead serious, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker is, he's famous, and but it's a whole nother game. But they just want to see us be us. If they wanted to see us with the corporate shit, they just
Exactly,
booked
would
a
do
white
that.
dude.
And the thing about me was I was just me. I don't have any structure, no fundamentals to comedy, and I still was early. It was young on, real young.
Yeah,
I
you was
never
in shock after that first showing from him. Yeah,
right. It was, but I'm glad it happened. Everything
Yeah.
happens for a reason, and that's the reason why we moving now.
Well, listen, I want, speaking of clips, I got that clip. I want the people that, who's listening to this and they may not be familiar with you, I want them to be familiar with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's
What
a clip of Skeet Carter performing.
My mother raised me. You see something, you want to introduce yourself. I said, hey, I'm Skeet Carter. They don't even tell you their name. They give you a description of who they are. I'm like, hey, I'm Skeet Carter. She's like, and I'm a bad bitch. I'm like, who asked you? Like, you can't self-proclaim yourself bad. Somebody got to tell you bad, bitch. For real. You ain't no bad bitch if you got dirty shower curtains. I said it. Look, got quiet. Some of y'all got dirty shower curtains in here. She's like, did I clean that curtain? And this one girl, she was mad at me because I was washing up. She was mad at me. She was like, Skeet, what's taking you so long? I said, bitch, every time I get clean, the shower curtain hit me and I get dirty again. That's what's taking so long. Talking about you a bad bitch. You the dirty bitch. That's what you are. If you in a new relationship, you need new shower curtains. I should be washing up with a shower curtain from a past relationship. Ew. That's nasty, right? For real, I'm washing up. Men, you know we hate when we drink.
There it go. Skeet Carter. Do you get nervous? You still get nervous before you go on stage?
No, I never was the nervous type. I don't.
That's that barbershop training.
Once I take my shit, I'm cool. I gotta take a shit before everything.
that's crazy.
I gotta take a shit. I usually couldn't eat the whole day because it's not me being nervous. Your body may be feeling a certain way.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I can't eat hours before. I got to eat early in the day, and then I can't eat right before. I see some.
Yeah, I know
people-
I know a lot
I
of
seen
comics can't
comics who
eat.
could eat a full
I
meal.
can-
I can be chewing it
no.
while they walking up on stage.
I
I'm
can-
like, how do you do that shit?
I can eat before I
Yeah, I can't do that.
I know a lot of comics don't like the I don't know. I have no issue eating. So
I have no issue smoking weed before.
I want to have we
I don't drink. I don't. It's crazy because I treat it like a job. Like so, I know I wouldn't smoke or drink at work, so I never kind of do none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I want no excuse for like if something ain't go right. Yeah, I was high. I was drunk. Now if I might drink some wine or something after I get up, but I'll do nothing before I get on stage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nothing at all.
Now back to the Charlie Mack story. Okay, after that, you guys like separated for like 3 years, and how did y'all connect back up?
I mean, I continued to work. I have continued to do what I needed to do. We ran into each other a couple times. I remember I ran into him at when Kevin Hart did the What Now thing. Was it What Now or was What Now? We did the What Now show at the Wells Fargo, the Lincoln Financial. So the Lincoln Financial.
Oh yeah. You did the football field.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I
was
hosted
huge.
I was called to host the tailgate, where they performed, outside. There was a couple thousand, thousands of people out there. And I remember Buck Wild was with me, and Charlie came through. He was like, "What's up, Buck? Well, what time y'all starting? What time you performing?" And Buck was like, "No, man, I ain't even performing. I'm here with Skeet." And Charlie was like, "What you mean?" He was like, yeah, "No, Skeet, the Skeet joint, Skeet hosting it." And I remember looking at his face. It was like, "Oh, okay." So that was one time, and then I seen him. It was like I just kept doing stuff, and we just kept bumping into each other. And it was like, okay, so you working, you ain't stopped, you keep going. And then, I think we start talking again. I forgot what was the actual point where it was like, we start talking, but he always asks me like, man, so you ready now? Or we'll talk and laugh like, yeah, man, you said you was ready last time. You know what happened? Yeah. All that type of stuff. So we kind of, I'm not sure the first thing we did once we linked back up, but it was more so, I see you still going strong,
right.
And if this is what you want to do, let's, we can link up and start making some things happen. But I think it was perfect timing.
Yeah,
I think I was ready
timing,
before, and now it's like, now I'm experienced. I've been able to tour, and I can work all rooms now. and I got a lot of my arsenal. Like I just want to put out and put like we hit these stages. We do like 10 minutes, right? Whatever it is. So when you're doing these rooms, like it's like you want to just do. I know I can rip shit. Like so, I want to. I'm gonna keep hitting them with this, but I really want to like be able to just do all of what I want on stage. You know what I'm saying? So now our goal is just to let the world know what we have to offer right now. So
now speaking of Kevin Hart, you were on Heart of the City, right?
yeah, I did Heart of the City.
How did that come about? How did that go?
Well, you had to send in submission tapes. Kevin Hart came up with a show.
Comedy Central.
Comedy Central.
Yeah, that was huge. I know everybody was trying to get on that show. So to be one of the only, you were the first three, one of the first three out of Philly that selected from Philly, right?
Right. Well, the only three. There's no one else that.
Oh, they never did
Philly.
another one. Oh, I thought they did a second season.
Yeah, we sent in our submissions, and man, I sent in one of my performances from Warm Daddies, and I got called back and was like, "Hey, we want to put you on, feature you on the show." I was excited. I thought I made it. I was like, well, this shit's gonna be.
That's fine.
They got my first TV credit at Comedy Central. Like, I was talking shit. I was like, nobody get this the first credit. I said, this ain't no bullshit credit either. This Comedy Central, man.
Yeah.
Man, we filmed that, and the dope part about it was, I was supposedly the strongest comic on the show.
Right.
From
So
Philly
they put
at
me
the
to
time.
from Philly. I was the strongest comic, and they was like remind you I have no structure, no format, no training on comedy. I just know how to rip a room.
Right.
Tapings are totally different.
Yeah, that is.
It is
true.
extremely different.
Yeah.
So I had Lawrence Killebrew and Anthony Moore
yeah.
were the two people that also was on the show with me. So they put me last. I was supposed to headline the episode. So everybody, I think Teray picked out the order. He was like, no, let Skeet go last, and let Anthony
Moore.
went first. Ant went first.
Okay.
Anthony went first. Then
Lawrence
Killebrew. These guys, they are, they've been in the game. They did their
vets.
training. They know how to perform for television.
Yeah.
I didn't. Anthony killed it. Anthony had the best set. Lawrence did good. And then it was time for me. Oh, remind you, I had bronchitis too. This is the next shit. I got sick. I had I don't know what the hell happened, but I had if you watch the interviews or watch the show, I'm coughing and shit like that. But I couldn't tell nobody I was sick because I'm not fucking up my TV credit for
Exactly.
no
Yeah,
goddamn sickness.
you'd have been in the hospital.
Yeah, it was like, so it was crazy. I asked the doctor, I said, I need something to make me stop coughing, because I got something to film. So I need this, that, and the third. So all that stuff happened. We did the special. I am sick. I look like a runaway slave while I'm on stage. And they was like, yo, Skeet, you look real, real bad. Like what do you want to do with it? Like, how do you want us to put this whole, like, 'cause this is your material. This is the jokes I've written. Like, do you want us to display it this way? Or do you just want us to make you look good? I said, make me look good.
Yeah.
So I had for me that had the longest part, they chopped me all the way down and for the taping. But, so one thing, I started, like, yeah, how y'all doing? Then the camera cut away. When it came back, I am drenched. It's like,
shit.
Damn.
It was like, yo, what happened? Like, it was like, but
like
that's how
like a bucket fell.
yeah, that's how sick I was, for the
Wow.
taping. But it was a dope opportunity.
Yeah.
I learned the difference between performing for a live show and performing in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like I said, I had to learn on the fly.
Yeah.
And now I'm well experienced and know how to deliver it. But yeah, shout out to Anthony Moore. Like I said, I thought we was gonna be on after that. I realized, but what the crazy part about it is no shots or nothing. But for me to have the least part out of the episode, I took advantage. I had the most opportunities from the whole thing.
Yeah.
I went in my pocket. I bought a publicist. I did the premiere. We did it at the movie theater. I had write-ups and this is 50 Hip Hop Weekly.
Right.
I had like niggas like, well, how did you get it? Nigga,
Yeah.
you was on there for like half a minute or like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Not many comics would think to hire a publicist.
You had to. I was on fucking national television. Like I was one broke doing it. I was paying her like $2,500. I was paying her $2,500 a month or something like that for what she did. So I had like write-ups everywhere. If you Google Skeet Carter, I got a bunch of stuff with Kevin Hart. Skeet Carter just did like, it was like, you would think I did my own individual
That
shit.
beneficial.
Like,
that shit ain't
very.
going nowhere. It's there.
And so people was asking like, so what did the show, did it benefit you in a big way? I'm like, I mean, honestly, not really, but me taking advantage of the opportunity, yeah. Right. So it's all about mastering the moment. I learned that from Charlie. Like, so whatever you're in, whatever you're on, you have to magnify it and make it as big as you can. You could take this, we take this right here, this interview, and we say one thing about something
Yeah.
and we film that and put it out and it's like, oh shit, they were talking about this, that, and the third, and then it just blow up from that, you know, that point and aspect. So you just have to, you know, magnify everything that you're doing to get the best light.
And Philly show you love, man. I know you know Q Deezy. I remember clip because you was always at the on the news, like whatever show they was doing, you was always down there. I remember one clip you was pulling up in the newscaster. I forgot her name. Holly, I forgot her. Beautiful. She's like, look at Skeet Carter. You pulled up in a Sprinter or something. You was like, you got out with the suit on and everything. She's like, look at him. So Philly show you love, man.
You had to learn how to and it wasn't always that way. I remember I had to beg Q to get on the show. Like, yo, can I please? As I was jealous. I was seeing people on there. I'm like, yo, how they get on the show? I could, like, I'm doing more than that or whatever it was. But it was more just being smart. I learned that, okay, sometimes people would think, you know, they're doing you a favor when you're putting the work in. Sometimes you feel like you deserve it. So it's like sometimes you don't want to be the favor. You want it to be done in the right way. So it was like, I remember just one example. I'm like, Q, can I get on the show? He was like, all right, I got you. But I know he couldn't determine or make that call 100% unless it's going through the producers, or sometimes he could pull a card. But it would have been more of a favor way. So what I did was, it took me a year to get into Punchline. When I got into Punchline, I got on they had to pay for advertisements. So they had to pay for the Q show, they had to pay for the radio station, they had to pay for everything. So what my contract was, all right, how much are y'all giving me for advertisement? All right, we giving you this amount. Okay, I want money for the Q show, I want money for the Power 99, I want money for WDAS, so I was on TV every month, guaranteed. It was on the radio every couple of weeks. They were giving me write-ups. They put me on a billboard, marquees, but it was all of my marketing. This is what I wanted. I want to do something different this month. I want to put me on a billboard on 95. And then put the arrow towards Punchline. So people was like, yo, nigga, I just seen you on. But it was my doing. You know, because I wanted to make the name, then the brand bigger, Skeet Carter. That's what I wanted. I wanted to make the name to represent Philly, where we from and what we're doing. So it's just more just trying to be strategic with it. And we have to do that. It's no longer you just a great comedian or you very, very funny, because there's a lot of us that's funny. But what are you doing to make people draw attention to you?
Absolutely. You get the bell on that, man. I want to bring the big brother in, Charlie Mack. I want to bring him in and Charlie, just real quick. We know November 23rd at Temple Performing Arts Center, but what did you see in Skeet? Because I know you don't. Listen, I know it's a lot. You don't just mess with any comic, and I know there's some comics out there that we argue that I think is funny, you think is trash. So, and what did you see in this young brother that because you don't pick, listen, Boys the Men, a lot of people, Charlie discovered Boys the Men, Miss J, Meek Mills, Yaz the Greatest, so, you know what I mean? You don't just select anybody. So what did you see in him? You know, come on over here.
That's funny. That's funny.
You like that?
Charlie is taking his good time, but he's gonna answer.
Hey man, we're here. You want me to come over there? You want me to stay?
No.
Oh, right here. Okay, so no, for me, it's very, very boutique. I always say I'm not talking to Walmart. My process of choosing, or them choosing me. Really, I don't actually choose people. I think the universe kind of aligns us. You know, again, with Skeet in particular, we had met 3 years prior, and I did see him that night. And one thing about me, I have discernment. I have the gift of discernment, right? And Skeet, 3 years later, was that 3 years prior, right? He just had to develop it. And the it thing was already there. You know what I mean? So what I seen the day one, he's that still today. And he had that it thing. He had that thing in his eye that, you know, I'm more than what I am right here. This doesn't define me. And that's the thing I'm saying. With anybody I've ever dealt with, they've always been more than what I actually seen at that, what they probably see or people seen. I see it in its entirety. I see Skeet career full right now, right? So there's a cavity that exists between like Kev in the industry, right? Then there's Kev's shoulders, right? And because Kev has already showed it, like I always talk about, I use the analogy of LeBron seeing Kobe, Kobe seeing Michael Jordan seeing Dr. J, and Dr. G seeing Cassie Russell. So for me, that's how I see Skeet. I see Skeet as being able to stand on the shoulders of Kev. not being in between that cavity or amongst, you know, the rest of the comics. So for me, once I see that, I'm able to do what it is that I am able to do, put the light and illuminate and support it in an unwavering way. That, you know, yes, it's boutique. So whenever I talk or if I bring someone to the table, people are like, okay, Charlie brought it to the table, then it's that. But they're worthy of it. So it's really a combination, the universe aligning. You know what I mean? It ain't just me. It ain't just him. It's us, you know, colliding, the universe colliding and bringing us together for us to have a mission to deliver and serve. And so what I seen him with was that unwavering desire to be everything that his heart, you know, he desires. Yaz had it. Meek had it, Will had it, Boys the Men had it, Miss J had it. Again, they all had that thing of, I'm that person. You know what I mean? I don't try to minimize the profanity, but they use other words, but you know what I mean. Right. I'm the SHIT, right? So for me, once I see that, and it ain't many people, you're gonna meet thousands of people. There's only gonna be about 2 or 3 people that got it, right? So you know how they say do and then it. So he got the it, I'm the do. So we do it. Right, that's how I see it. So it was really that simple. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, I seen that he had something special. I'm the conduit from, you know, and I'm very much so, and I love everybody. That's why I call my company 215 Affiliated, but I'm very much so Philadelphia. You know, I go hard for Philadelphia, and he's deserving of it. You know what I mean? The man works real hard. He's cultivated. It ain't too many people that get knocked on their butt and they get right back at it. Like he never took a day off. That right there, I'm saying I got to salute that. Because most people get knocked on their behind, and then they like, I'm going to go back to shop. I'm going to go back cutting hair. No, he was like, no, this is what I'm doing.
What made y'all decide to do a special? I know he kind of.
Well, again, that was Skeet brainchild, totally. Okay. Now, again, I'm saying, you know, there's a formula in the process of life, you know what I mean? And I had to learn this from working with Meek and working with other people that, you know, I may see something and I'm older and I'm like, you know, I think you should do it this way. But I've learned, I think you should do it this way, but if you want to do it. And Kev did it untraditionally. Yeah, typically, I'm saying a comic rock star, you do TV, then you do a film, then you do live gate. Yeah. Kev did it the opposite way. He did it, yes, I'm saying social media, then he did Shaq All-Star Comedy, and then it kind of just blossomed from there, right? So I'm like, okay, why can't Skeet be the first person to do, because everybody's like, okay, did you do a Netflix special? Did you do a Hulu special? We're taping it and we're cataloging it, and then we're going to go out and shop it, right? But I'm saying, again, that was his brainchild, and if I believe in him, I got to believe in him. Right? I got to believe in him. It's his career. So I'm the support mechanism in his career. It's not my career, right? I'm going to give him the advice that I got to give him, and then he got to go ahead and make the decision about where he's going to go with it. But I'm going to give him the reinforcement. So I had to, like, again, I always have a process of how I support people. His was unprecedented. You know what I mean? You seen the campaign, because I was like, okay, he's not as popular, yes, I'm saying, as all these cats, but I got to make him a household name like all these cats, and level it up even more so, because he didn't have the followers on IG as well, right? So I'm saying, okay, how do we get there? Okay, I have a wealth of relationships, extensively high and low. And again, I know that he's worthy of being in a room. When he goes in them rooms, he owns those rooms. So I just had to put him in a situation, and he's going to take care of the rest. And so we went about it in an unprecedented way of making sure that people, and again, it was just kind of, again, stars lining up. I didn't know that was going to be the thing, even to the point like after we do I'm So Stupid taping, we're like, okay, we need to own that brand for you, right? So now he does these I'm So Stupid skits. We do a battle you got to get on, Jamal, too. We do I'm So Stupid Saturdays, where I don't know if you rap, but every Saturday, yes, I'm saying, we skipped the last 2, 3 Saturdays because we've been working, but for the most part, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he goes on MC Skeet, his alter ego, going 2 bars. 2 bars. So
who named me MC Skeet?
All right, I'm going to take you out.
On my live.
MC Jamal going to take, listen.
Okay.
On my live.
MC Jamal going to take
Okay, well, we're going to be here. We're going to be here. So,
yeah, we're going to be here.
So it's actually 8 o'clock here, 11 o'clock on the East Coast.
Oh, I'm going to get 2 bars.
2 bars.
I already got
Listen,
it ready.
2 bars, right? And I'm just letting you know, MC Skeet is 3-1.
Oh,
just so you know.
Okay.
He's 3-1 right now, right?
funny.
So with that being said, is this, again, what I notice is everybody create their brands that they have on social media, right? And it's a social media world, right? So it's what you got to have. Like, they want to know how many followers you got. It's like, yeah, I got the point that you're funny, but again, they want to see that you got drawing power. You know what I mean? That matters. You know what I mean? So we got to get it. We got to get a 3-year career. I mean, a 6-7-year career in like 2 to 3 years. We got to kind of like. So I look at it much like an insulin shot. We got to get it, right? And so we're trying to come up with these different ways. And Skeet, again, we're from Philly, right? So we got this thing where you're not Joe, right? I'm Joe Jackson. I don't care nothing about that, right? So I didn't really, subscribe to that way. But most of the Philly cats, I'm saying, they don't want to play themselves, so they kind of stay distant from, extending themselves and getting their feelings hurt, if you will. If you will, right? So Skeet, again, just trying to find something that actually fits his personality, that he doesn't have to compromise himself. Some things he got to stretch out a little bit. Yeah. Fortunately enough, I'm saying, I got my followers, he got his followers, so technically if I got 114, he got 30. We working with something, you know what I mean? Right. And so I'm literally turning minds over, allow him to adopt my followers to promote, market and promote them, to make them a household name.
Appreciate that.
Well, listen.
Yeah, dope.
Well, listen.
There you go.
November 23rd. Tell them one more time, Skeet.
November 23rd.
Where can they get tickets at? Where can they find you at?
I'm performing at the Temple Performing Arts Center right there on Broad Street, across from McGonigal Hall.
I'm trying to get my ticket so I can, do my little guest spot. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm so stupid. This special for me is about me just, publicizing who I am.
Right.
It's funny. After my shows, that's what people come up to me and say, yo, you are stupid. Yo, that's my thing. Like, when I perform, I usually say I'm so stupid while I'm performing. I just wanted to get all the material that I had, put it all together, put this special out, to draw the attention to me. The eyes are on Skeet Carter. From there, man, then we'll get to, I get to tell the people who I am. I'm already thinking about the next one already,
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, I think the game plan is going to be mean. I think it's going to be strong. Like I said, thanks to Charlie with, even thinking of this, we just have been invading people's spaces, man. All these celebrities we showing up.
Yeah, showing love. Yeah, go to. What's your Instagram? Real quick?
Follow me at Comedian Skeet Carter.
And you'll see all the little sketches he done with everybody, man.
Just showing up and we demanding.
Yeah.
It's like a drop. It's like get
demanding,
down and lay down, like on state property. It's like drop or what? Like you gonna make a drop or we gonna take a drop. So it's funny behind the scenes and stuff that we're going through to get stuff, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyrese. Tyrese Gibson.
Shout out to Tyrese.
Tyrese like, boy, he's like, man, he said you. How many pictures he said I had?
That's funny.
He said, you got 32 pictures. He said, he was going there. Like, we ain't never seen nothing you did.
Man, listen.
Ain't heard you perform.
We Philly niggas. We get it from the muscle. We gonna make it happen,
we
man.
making so much Jada Pinkett told us, man, you better be funny. I ain't never seen nobody promote this much in my life. You know what
Absolutely,
I mean?
man.
The
people will be there, man. November 23rd, man.
November 23rd, Temple Performing Arts Center.
That's the day of Thanksgiving?
No,
that's before. That's a week before. 215 affiliated. Vance Wright. Shout out to Vance Wright. Vance DeBose. I'm thinking Slick Rick. Oh my God. Vance DeBose. Charlie Mack. 215 affiliated, man, and you can Comedian Skeet Carter, right?
Yes.
We appreciate you coming on, my brother. You're welcome to come anytime.
Shout out to Tadic, my road manager.
Oh yes. Salam alaikum, my brother.
Tiz
Yeah.
_215. That's TIZ_215. You'll see my brother either he with me, his children, or with the Eagles. So you go to his page. He only with those people. He got 32 kids and he got the whole team with the Eagles. He rolling with us, man. So the team's strong, man. We just.
Yeah, definitely, man. We appreciate you, man. Please subscribe to us, rate us, review us on iTunes at Dope Dealers Podcast. Tobe, you got anything coming up? Or
tell a friend. Actually, I'm doing a show this weekend that can't even talk about it.
Oh,
this is weird.
That's crazy. Give them the phone number. We got a phone number.
818-335-2065. 818-335-2065.
Yeah. Shout out to our sponsors this week, Beopulent Jewelry. Shout out to Bilal Salam. Beopulent Jewelry is our sponsor for this week. Check them out on Instagram at Beopulent. BOPULENT at Beopulent. Please support him.
Spelled it right.
Yeah.
You know he got love for you because he normally fuck up.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to everybody at Comedy Pop Up, man. Shout out to everybody listening to us. We'll see you next week, man. We love you guys.
That'll
We
be
out.
a podcast.